In the heart of bustling San Francisco, I was immersed in the final touches of a grand anniversary party. My name is Olivia, and at 48, I've crafted a quiet but rewarding career as a children's book author, a success known only to a select few. My life, however, was about to take an unexpected turn. The day began like any other, filled with anticipation and meticulous planning for the evening's celebration. My husband, Jake, a successful businessman, was seemingly the perfect partner. At 50, his world was one of prestige and influence, a stark contrast to the quiet creativity that defined mine. Yet, our lives had intertwined seamlessly until now. As I arranged the final details, a sense of unease settled in the pit of my stomach. The feeling was as tangible as the fog rolling in from the bay. It was as if the universe was trying to tell me something, a whisper I couldn't quite decipher. I brushed it aside, focusing instead on the evening's festivities. The house buzzed with energy, every corner a testament to the years Jake and I had spent building our life together. The walls bore witness to countless memories, each one a thread in the tapestry of our shared history. But beneath the surface, cracks were beginning to form, invisible yet profound. As I paused to admire the setting sun casting a golden glow over the city, my phone rang. It was Jake. Expecting a routine check-in, I answered with a smile. But his voice, cold and detached, instantly shattered the evening's tranquility. "Olivia, I'm divorcing you," he stated bluntly, each word delivered with the precision of a knife. "I've sold the house. Rachel and I need the funds to start fresh." His words were a punch to the gut, leaving me breathless. I stood there, phone in hand, the vibrant world around me blurring into insignificance. Rachel, me closest friend, her name intertwined with this betrayal, made it all the more surreal. In that moment, the party, the preparations, everything felt like an elaborate facade. My heart hammered in my chest, a relentless reminder of the reality crashing down around me. Yet, amidst the shock, a spark of resolve ignited within me. I realized that I had to act, and act swiftly. I took a deep breath, steadying myself. "Sounds good," I replied evenly, refusing to let Jake hear the tremor in my voice. But inside, I was already formulating a plan. This was far from over. Unbeknownst to him, the deed to our house had been in my name for months. His arrogance would be his undoing, and I was ready to face whatever came next. After the call with Jake, I stood frozen, the reality of his betrayal sinking in like a cold, unrelenting tide. My heart raced, yet my mind was remarkably clear. The party preparations around me felt distant, irrelevant in the face of this new challenge. I had to act quickly, using every ounce of resolve I had left. The house, our supposed sanctuary in the vibrant heart of San Francisco, had always been a symbol of our shared dreams. But now, it felt like a battleground. Jake thought he had blindsided me, but he didn't realize I had already taken steps to protect myself. Months ago, during a routine refinancing process, I had quietly transferred the deed into my name. His oversight would be his downfall. With a deep breath, I reached out to Tom, my attorney and confidant. His calm, steady voice was exactly what I needed as I recounted the shocking conversation. "He sold the house?" Tom echoed, incredulous yet reassuring. "Legally, he can't do that without your consent." His words were a balm to my nerves, reinforcing the knowledge that Jake's plan was already unraveling. "We need to act fast," Tom advised, seamlessly switching into problem-solving mode. "First, I'll notify the supposed buyer about the legal standing. Then, we'll draft a formal response to Jake, outlining the consequences of his actions. If he persists, we're prepared to take it to court." Hearing Tom articulate our strategy infused me with a renewed sense of purpose. Jake and Rachel might have thought they could erase me from the narrative, but they underestimated my resilience and the network of support I had quietly built. As the evening wore on, I compartmentalized my emotions, channeling them into a plan. The betrayal stung deeply, but the thought of watching Jake's smug confidence crumble gave me strength. I was no longer the passive partner he believed me to be. I was ready to dismantle his lies, to reclaim my life, and to move forward on my own terms. This was just the beginning of a new chapter. As I looked around the beautifully decorated room, I realized that the decorations weren't just for a party, they were for my own victory celebration. I was more than ready to face whatever came next, with determination burning brightly in my heart. The days following Jake's shocking revelation were a blur of emotions and decisive action. Each morning, I awoke with a renewed sense of purpose, determined to navigate this storm with strength and clarity. The betrayal still stung, a sharp reminder of the life I thought I had. But amidst the chaos, a fire had been lit within me. Tom had been a rock, guiding me through the legal maze with precision and calm. His updates were a lifeline, each call reinforcing my resolve. The buyer understands the situation and is willing to back down, he informed me, his voice steady and reassuring. Now, we just need to handle Jake. Knowing I had the legal upper hand was empowering. Jake had underestimated me, blinded by his arrogance and the illusion of control. I was no longer the woman who stood silently by his side, invisible in the shadow of his achievements. I was reclaiming my narrative piece by piece. As I moved through my days, I found solace in the familiar rhythm of my writing. My work had always been a refuge, a world where I could lose myself and create something beautiful. Now it was my sanctuary, a place where I could channel my emotions and craft stories that resonated with resilience and hope. But beneath the surface, a new tension simmered. Rachel. Her betrayal cut just as deep, a wound layered with memories of friendship and trust. I knew a confrontation was inevitable, and the thought of it filled me with both dread and anticipation. I needed to face her, to understand why she had chosen this path. One afternoon, as I was lost in writing, the doorbell rang. It was Rachel. Her presence on the doorstep was both unexpected and strangely fitting. The moment had arrived, and I was ready. "Can we talk?" she asked, her voice laced with uncertainty and guilt. I hesitated, the weight of our shared history pressing down on me, but I nodded, stepping aside to let her in. This was a conversation I needed to have, not just for closure, but to reclaim the parts of myself that had been lost. As we sat down, the air throbbed with unspoken words, the tension palpable. I took a deep breath, preparing to confront the past and face the truth of our fractured friendship. This was another step in my journey, a path towards healing and reclaiming my future. Sitting across from Rachel, the air thick with tension, I felt a mix of apprehension and determination. Her betrayal stung deeply, but I needed to face this head-on. Our conversation was long overdue, a necessary step in my journey to reclaim my life. "Why, Rachel?" I asked, my voice steady despite the storm of emotions swirling within me. "We were friends. How could you do this?" She hesitated, guilt flickering across her face. "I never meant for it to happen this way, Olivia," she began, her voice barely above a whisper. "It just happened." Her words, though apologetic, felt hollow. The friendship we once shared had been tainted, and I realized that I wasn't just confronting her, I was confronting the illusions I'd held onto for so long. As our conversation continued, I felt a weight lifting. This confrontation, while painful, was freeing. It allowed me to let go of the hurt and focus on the future I was building for myself. A future that was already taking shape, thanks to the success I had quietly achieved through my writing. Unbeknownst to Jake and Rachel, my work as a children's book author had flourished. The stories I had crafted late at night, in moments stolen away from the demands of everyday life, had resonated with audiences in ways I never anticipated. Over the years, I had saved $600,000 from my book projects, a financial cushion that now served as my safety net and a testament to my resilience. This money wasn't just financial security. It was a symbol of my independence, a beacon of hope that illuminated my path forward. It gave me the freedom to reinvent myself, to explore opportunities I had only dreamed of. After Rachel left, I sat in the quiet of my home, feeling a sense of peace I hadn't felt in months. I was no longer defined by the betrayals of my past, but by the strength I had found within myself. With each passing day, I was taking deliberate steps toward a future that was entirely my own. The next morning, I contacted Tom to discuss the next stages of the legal proceedings. With the financial stability I had secured, I was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. This was my chance to rebuild, to craft a life not overshadowed by others but defined by my own choices and dreams. And that realization was both exhilarating and empowering. After my conversation with Rachel, a new sense of determination filled me. The confrontation had closed a chapter in my life, allowing me to fully focus on the legal battle ahead. With Tom's guidance, I was prepared to face Jake and assert my rights. One evening, as I organized paperwork in my study, the doorbell rang. It was Jake, looking as confident as ever, but I could sense an underlying tension. He must have realized by now that his plan to sell our home was unraveling. "Olivia," he began, trying to sound casual, "we need to talk." I nodded, leading him to the living room. This was the moment I had been preparing for, the chance to confront him with the truth he hadn't anticipated. "Before you say anything," I started, "you should know that the deed to the house is in my name. The sale is invalid, and the buyer has backed out." His composure faltered, a flicker of uncertainty crossing his face. "What are you talking about?" he demanded, his voice tinged with frustration. I handed him the documents, watching as he scanned them, realization dawning in his eyes. "You signed off on this during the refinancing," I reminded him, my voice calm but firm. For the first time, Jake seemed at a loss for words. His confidence, which had always been his armor, was slipping. "This changes nothing," he finally muttered, though his tone lacked conviction. "It changes everything," I replied, my resolve unwavering. "I've built a life and a career that you know nothing about. I've saved $600,000 from my writing projects. I'm not the person you thought you could control." His silence was deafening, the weight of my words settling over him. I felt a sense of empowerment, knowing that I was no longer trapped in the narrative he had crafted. As Jake left, I felt a newfound freedom. This confrontation had been a pivotal moment, a turning point that marked the beginning of a life on my terms. With Tom by my side, I was ready to navigate the legal proceedings, confident in the path ahead. My financial independence and the support of those who believed in me were my anchors, guiding me through the storm. The future was uncertain, but it was mine to shape. And for the first time, I felt truly empowered to embrace it fully, knowing that I had the strength and resources to build a life defined by my own dreams and aspirations. The weeks following my confrontation with Jake were a whirlwind of legal meetings and personal reflection. Each day brought a new challenge, but with each challenge came a deeper understanding of my own resilience. Tom was relentless, ensuring every detail was meticulously covered, and his dedication was a constant source of strength. One afternoon, as I sat in my sunlit kitchen sipping on a cup of tea, my sister Lily arrived, her presence a welcome reprieve from the intensity of the legal battle. "I thought you could use some company," she said, a warm smile lighting up her face. As we settled into conversation, the familiar comfort of her support enveloped me. Lily had always been my rock, her unwavering belief in me a lifeline through the storm. "You're handling this with such grace, Olivia," she remarked, admiration evident in her voice. I smiled, though I felt the weight of the journey still ahead. "It's not easy, but I'm determined to see it through," I replied, feeling a surge of gratitude for her presence. Together, we began to reorganize the house, each change a symbolic step toward reclaiming my space. We packed away remnants of my life with Jake, storing them out of sight, out of mind. The house, once a shared domain, was transforming into a sanctuary that reflected my true self. As we worked, Lily shared stories of her own challenges and triumphs, her words a reminder that I was not alone in this journey. Her resilience inspired me, bolstering my resolve to push forward. Meanwhile, Tom continued to navigate the legal labyrinth with precision. "The divorce proceedings are progressing well," He updated me over the phone. We're in a strong position, and your financial independence is a significant advantage. Hearing those words was empowering. The $600,000 I had quietly saved from my writing projects was more than just a financial cushion. It was a testament to my ability to thrive independently. With each passing day, I felt the pieces of my life coming together, a mosaic of resilience and newfound freedom. I was building a future on my own terms, one that reflected my dreams and aspirations. As Lily and I finished our work, the house felt lighter, filled with the promise of new beginnings. The path ahead was still unfolding, but I was ready to embrace it, confident in the strength I had discovered within myself. This was more than just a chapter of survival. It was a story of transformation, a testament to the power of reclaiming one's life and forging a path toward true independence. As the divorce proceedings neared their conclusion, a blend of anticipation and anxiety filled my days. Each step forward felt like a victory, but I knew the final stretch would be the most challenging. Tom had been a steadfast ally, guiding me through the complexities with unwavering confidence. His updates reassured me that justice was within reach. One morning, as I reviewed documents in my sunlit study, my phone buzzed with an email notification. It was from Tom, outlining the terms of the settlement. My heart raced as I read through the details, each line solidifying my newfound independence. The financial settlement was generous, reflecting not only the assets Jake and I had built together, but also the secret success I had achieved on my own. The $600,000 I had saved from my writing projects had been a game changer, a testament to my resilience and foresight. It wasn't just about the money, it was about proving to myself that I was capable of thriving without Jake. This was my moment to step out from the shadows and in future of my own making. As the final court date approached, I felt a mix of nerves and determination. Lily was by my side, her presence a calming force amidst the storm of emotions. "You've got this, Olivia," she encouraged, her confidence bolstering my own. The courtroom was a stark contrast to the warmth of my home. Its cold, impersonal atmosphere was a reminder of the journey I had undertaken. Jake was there, his demeanor a blend of arrogance and discomfort. He had underestimated me, a mistake that was now coming to light. As the judge reviewed the case, the weight of the moment settled over me. This was the culmination of months of struggle and perseverance. Tom presented our case with poise, his arguments underscoring the contributions I had made, both seen and unseen. When the judge announced the ruling, relief washed over me. The settlement was in my favor, acknowledging my efforts and ensuring my financial independence. It was a validation of everything I had fought for. As I left the courthouse, a sense of freedom enveloped me. The sun felt warmer, the city more alive with possibilities. I was stepping into a future crafted by my own choices, no longer defined by the shadows of my past. This wasn't just the end of a legal battle, it was the beginning of a new chapter, one where I was free to pursue my dreams and define my destiny on my own terms. The road ahead was mine to navigate, filled with endless potential and the promise of a life truly lived. With the courtroom saga behind me, life unfurled like a fresh canvas, inviting me to paint a future of my own design. The settlement had not only secured my financial independence, but had also affirmed my self-worth. I was free to pursue a life crafted by my own dreams and aspirations, unshackled from the shadows of my past. Back in my cozy San Francisco home, the atmosphere felt lighter, imbued with a renewed sense of purpose. The transformation was palpable not just in the physical space, but in my spirit. My writing desk, now a beacon of creativity, became the heart of my new beginning. The $600,000 I had saved from my book projects served as a testament to resilience and foresight, a reminder of my ability to thrive independently. As I settled into this new chapter, opportunities began to present themselves in unexpected ways. An invitation arrived for a speaking engagement about financial independence and personal empowerment, a chance to share my story and inspire others. At first, the thought of standing in front of an audience filled me with apprehension. but I knew this was a part of my journey I needed to embrace. The day of the event arrived, and with it, a mix of nerves and excitement. As I stood backstage, I thought of the path that had led me here, the challenges, the betrayals, the triumphs. Each experience had woven together to create the tapestry of who I was now. When I stepped onto the stage, the bright lights softened as I gazed at the audience. I shared my journey candidly, the vulnerability intertwined with strength. The room was silent, attentively absorbing each word. I spoke of resilience, of reclaiming one's narrative, and the power of believing in oneself. After the applause faded, a line of people formed, eager to share their own stories, their own battles. Each conversation was a reminder that I was not alone, that my story resonated far beyond my own experiences. Back home, as the city lights twinkled through my windows, I reflected on the journey. I realized that this new chapter was not just about moving forward, but about embracing every aspect of who I had become. My life was mine to craft, my dreams mine to pursue. The future stretched out before me, vibrant and full of promise. I was ready to live it fully, with a heart open to all the possibilities that lay ahead. This was my new beginning, and I was eager to embrace it with courage and joy. Reflecting on Olivia's journey from betrayal to empowerment provides valuable lessons for navigating life's challenges. First, maintain control over your personal and financial assets. Being proactive can protect you in unexpected situations. Second, lean on your support network. Trusted friends and professionals can provide the strength and guidance needed during difficult times. Embrace change as an opportunity for growth. Olivia transformed her living space and career to reflect her new identity, reinforcing her independence and self-worth. Pursue your passions and focus on self-improvement. These are crucial for personal growth. Finally, trust in your resilience. Even in the face of adversity, the ability to adapt and rebuild is a powerful tool. By prioritizing yourself and your well-being, you can navigate uncertainties with confidence and emerge stronger, ready to embrace new opportunities.